Time for this week's pickup video. Well, this week I traveled around a little bit. Made a couple real good pickups on Craigslist this week, close to my area where I live. Picked up two ColecoVision systems. The first system I picked up came with of course, the ColecoVision console. I think I've had about 20 some odd games with it. Also had a Telstar Ranger game inside of the box as well, as you can probably see the picture up here. ColecoVision works fine. The Telstar Ranger, though, just brings up a black screen. I took it apart, which is why I'm not showing it to you right now. It's in pieces on my workbench. And did some testing, and it appears that the actual chip, the CPU chip, the Pong chip, is bad in it. So I just got a new one in the mail today. Yeah, right here. Got a brand new one right here in the mail. So I'm going to repair that here this evening after I'm done doing this video to get that one up and running again. Then I picked up yet another ColecoVision system. This one I got the whole lot for $40. I was so stoked. It came with a bunch of games, a whole lot of manuals. And the owner of this ColecoVision actually bought it back in 1982, the Christmas of 1982. As a matter of fact, that was the year the ColecoVision was released. So this thing looks brand new. I wish he still had the box. He said he used to have it, but he threw it away years ago. It's like, oh, but you gotta check this out. This thing looks freaking brand new. Look at this baby. Oh, shiny. It's in perfect condition. Awesome. So, it didn't work initially when he gave it to me. That's why he sold it so cheap, because he said it wasn't working properly. But all it was a dirty power switch. I found that the 12-volt rail was not working on it, coming through the power switch, so I took the switch apart, cleaned it all up, put some more dielectric grease inside, installed it back on the ColecoVision, fired up, and boink, picture. So, perfect. And of course, with that ColecoVision, it came with a whole bunch of games. So I got a whole bunch of duplicate games I've already got. I got a couple Galaxians, a Star Wars arcade. You can see the picture up here. These are all my duplicate games I have for the system right now. I actually increased my collection by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cartridges from these two pickups. So it's going to give me a grand total of about 68 games for my ColecoVision. There's 146 released, so I'm almost halfway there. I'm going to attempt to collect every game for the ColecoVision. Don't know if I'm going to work. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. A lot of them are pretty hard to find, like Artillery Duel and some other ones. Anyway, let's get to the pickups now. Oh, also in the box of the ColecoVision, I picked up a really cool. There's two of these little guys in there. I'll unwrap it here. It's a ColecoVision controller that's got a touchpad. So everything's a touchpad on here. There's no buttons or anything. It's just a touch, like a touch screen almost, but it's a pad. This thing is friggin' awesome. You actually put your finger right here in the middle. That'll be the center of the joystick. If you barely move it up, it's like an analog. It's like you're barely moving the joystick up. You go all the way to the top, it goes fast. Works really well, like on Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. And I tried it out on Empire Strikes Back on the Atari 2600. Works really well. It's a neat little device here. I can look up some information on it. So now with the ColecoVision, I picked up Dam Busters with the overlay. Yeah, you got to have this overlay to play this game. I tried to play it a little bit for the pickup for the video up here. Didn't do too well. But may not play it again, but at least it's one I can count towards my grand total. That's 146 released games, not the homebrews and stuff, but the actual officially released games. Also picked up Grog's Revenge, BC Quest for Tires 2. This is a pretty fun game. Even though it didn't last very long, playing it up here. Sub Rock. Not too bad of a game. It's okay. Then we have Buck Rogers, Planet of Zoom. Pretty fun little game. Not all that bad. Then we picked up, well, I picked up Illusions for the ColecoVision. Haven't figured this game out yet. It's weird. From what I can tell, you're supposed to get these little purple critters up here to combine into one critter as they go around the maze. And I haven't quite figured out how to do that. I guess reading the manual will help. Then we have Quest for Quintana Roo, a little adventure game. And as you can see by the video up here, I'm running back and forth across the bottom of the screen because I have no freaking idea how to play this thing. I was trying to go up the stairs, nothing. So I guess I got to read the manual for this to figure out how this crazy game works. And I picked up, as part of my pickups this week, The Heist for my ColecoVision by Microfun. This game reminds me a lot of Keystone Capers on the Atari 2600. You got multiple levels that you're running on, and you're trying to steal art pieces, so you're stealing art. You got escalators you can run down. You got elevators you can go up and down in and everything. It reminds me a lot of Keystone Capers. It is actually a pretty fun game to play. It's not bad at all. And then I got a hold of Wing War by Magic. You play a dragon. You can breathe fire, fly around, do stuff. I need to read the manual for this one too, because I don't know exactly what I'm doing up here. I'm just buzzing around everywhere trying to figure the game out. And then, oh, this is an awesome game. Nova Blast! This game is awesome. It's like Defender. Really great graphics, great sound effects. I think this game's a lot of fun. I like this one quite a bit. In this game here, I was using that touchpad controller on this guy while I was playing it, and it worked really well. And then the last ColecoVision game I got a hold of was Root Beer Tapper. I love Tapper in the arcade, so this is a pretty good version on the ColecoVision. It's a little hard to control. I keep making the guy go one counter too far, and I throw the empty glass out the end of the bar. I'll get used to it. I'll try it out with some different kind of controllers and things until I find it works good for me. I was actually playing with that touchpad controller, and it didn't work too well for didn't work too well for Root Beer Tapper. All right, now we're gonna move on to a game I picked up 2 weeks ago, but I forgot to include it in my last pickup video, and that is, or did I? Did I do this one? Govelius. I don't remember. Well, if I didn't do it, Govelius. It's kind of like a Zelda type game for the Master System. If I did do this, then I'm getting old and senile, and I forgot. So, sorry if you've seen this one already. I thought I left it off. And then for my Intellivision, I picked up, whoa, focus, Tron Solar Sailor. This is a fun game. I love Tron Deadly Discs on my Intellivision, and I've been looking for this one as well because I kind of like this one. I tried Tron Mazatron, and no, I didn't like that one too much. But this one's kind of fun. You can shoot multiple directions from the solar cell and shoot grid bugs and tanks and things like that. It also has speech synthesis, but I didn't hook up my speech synthesis module to try it out. But I'll do that later on. I'll probably do a video on this of gameplay or something. So that's coming soon. Then for my Genesis, I picked up another copy of The Death and Return of Superman. This is a great beat-em-up game on the Intellivision. Sega Genesis, sorry. A lot of fun to play. So this is like the third copy I've got a hold of so far. I picked this up at the Retro Gamer Store in Canton, North Carolina. A lot of great deals at this store. They get a lot of good stuff there. Every time I go, I find something. Then I went to Ed McKay Books, and I found LHX Attack Chopper for $1, and it's worth $1. I'm not keeping this one. It's kind of, it's okay. It's just a little too jerky when you're trying to play it. I can't stand that, so this one's probably not going to stay around in my collection too long. And also at McKay, for $1, I picked up MiG-29. MiG-29 Fighter Pilot. And it's basically aerial combat game. And it kind of plays like, there's another Genesis game that I like. F-20, not F-29, that's what this is. F-22, I think, is the one I like to play. I'm not 100% sure. It's okay. Graphics are pretty sparse on this, and it is a little bit jerky, so it's not staying either in my collection. Then, because of Ferg and his Atari 2600 Game by Game podcast, I went out and found myself a maze craze to add to my collection. Fun little maze game. There was a maze game on the the Fairchild Channel F called Maze that I liked a lot when I used to have it a Fairchild, which I don't have anymore, unfortunately. And this reminds me a lot of that game. A lot of fun to play. And for my Nintendo NES, I picked up Romstar Thunder and Lightning. It's Arkanoid type clone. Use the controller to move your little guy back and forth to the bottom of the screen. Destroy the blocks. I really wish this worked with the Arkanoid controller. It only works, as far as I can tell, only works with the regular Nintendo controller. So if I've been correct about this, correct me down here. Let me know. I did try my Arkanoid controller on it, and it didn't work. So I'm assuming it doesn't work with it. Then I picked up Xenophobe for the NES, and this is crap. I don't like this game. It's crap. So I'm not keeping this one. It's going bye-bye. Picked up another Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. So now I got two of these little bad boys. Fun game. I couldn't pass it up. Got this at the Retro Gamer store too. And it was like $5. So I couldn't pass up on it. Then I picked up Bionic Commando for my NES. And I can't play this worth a darn. As you can see these pictures up here, I can't get by the first level. I can't do it. So this game has got me challenged. So I'll keep playing this until I figure out how to play this crazy thing. Then I picked up Gumshoe for the NES. Very unique platforming game I've discovered. I didn't realize it only uses the Nintendo Zapper to play. What's interesting is, to make the guy jump up in the air, you shoot the guy. And that causes him to jump up in the air as you shoot him to collect these little balloons. Every once in a while you see bottles and things like that come flying at him that you could shoot with your gun to keep him from hitting your character. It's a very unique platforming game using only the light gun. I never knew this existed. I just found it by accident. And unfortunately, the reason why this picture is so bad is because it's on my CRT I have hooked up to play my TurboGrafx 16 on. Because the light gun games do not work on LCD screens and all that good crap. You got to have an old school CRT to use the light gun on. So luckily I had one to try this out. Now we're going to move on to my Game Boy. I found another pinball game for my Game Boy. I found Pinball Dreams. Oops, is that Dreams? Yeah, Pinball Dreams. It has 3 tables on it. Not too bad. The physics are pretty nice on this for a Game Boy game, so that's something to add to my collection because I love video pinball machines. And then I picked up Little Mermaid Pinball. It's pinball. That's why I picked it up. It's okay. It's got some little mini games in there. It's got some interesting pinball tables. It's got a battery backup here for something. Little battery pocket there. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. Even though it is a pinball game, that's why I picked it up. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I may not keep it. And I can't get the case back there. There we go. Then I picked up, for my Game Boy Advance, Columns Crown. I love columns on the regular Genesis, so I figured if this is trying, it plays, it's columns. This enhanced graphics, some extra stuff. It's okay. It's not too bad of a game. Then I picked up Star X, which kind of plays like Star Fox. Interesting game. Harder than heck to control because you're using a D-pad to move your ship around, the crosshairs, and it's kind of like really jerky. It goes all over the place. This game really could have used an analog stick like Star Fox does on the Nintendo 64. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun to play. It's just very hard to aim and shoot with this one. Then I picked up a 4-in-1 cartridge for my Game Boy because I love board games. And this one has backgammon, checkers, chess, and reverse C on it. And it's pretty challenging. I'm really impressed with how challenging this cartridge is. A lot of fun to play because, of course, I like board games, these old classic board games. So that's pretty awesome. Then for my Jaguar, I found a Supercross 3D, which is a 3D motorcycle racing game. And as you can see by this video up here, I can't play it worth a darn. I'm all over the place, constantly wrecking. But it is a little enjoyable to play. It's not too bad. It's just I can't play it. Maybe I'll get better if I practice at it more. But all in all, it's an okay game. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I may. And then lastly, I found for about $4 at McKay's Expendable for my Sony PlayStation. Expendable right there. I've got this game on my Dreamcast, and it is a lot of fun. It's basically the same game on the PlayStation 1. However, the Dreamcast version actually controls a lot better than this one. This one is a little rough in the control area, but it's still a fun game. I like all the colorful explosions and stuff. It's like crack for my eyes. You know, colorful explosions just draw me like a moth to the flame. And that's about it. Oh, also my stuff I got a hold of today, this week, with some really cool catalogs. Here's one from a Magic here. Has a lot of different Magic games in there. It's pretty cool. I like that. And then also in this ColecoVision I got yesterday, there was a Parker Brothers catalog in here. It had some Parker Brothers games for the ColecoVision listed in the Atari 2600. And what I thought was really cool is for the Atari 2600 it had the Ewok Adventure for Parker Brothers listed in here. And then it had a McDonald's game for the Atari. What is this? Lord of the Rings Journey to Rivendell. Right there. And then it had another James Bond game coming out for the old Atari. It's supposed to come out in 1983 according to this. So that's right during the crash, and well, we know what happened then. These never came out. I did find a ROM for this McDonald's game, but all it does is draw all the golden arches. There's no gameplay at all. Haven't found the ROM for this one, the Rivendell or the James Bond, to try it out to see what it's like. But that was pretty cool. A little catalog to get a hold of. I love these old catalogs. They're really neat to review. So I think that's it. There's nothing else laying over here. Got all those. Okay, we're cool. Everything's accounted for. So, game on, and thanks for watching.